Hello, friends. Welcome to Creative Medicine. In this lecture, we will learn about
Then we have one more types of heart failure. We have one more type which is called as okay. There is one more type of heart failure which is called as right-sided heart failure, and we have left-sided heart failure. In right-sided heart failure, the right heart fails in right-sided heart failure, whereas in left-sided heart failure, obviously left side of the heart will fail. So where do you see right-sided heart failure? So the right-sided heart failure is seen in conditions like mitral stenosis or pulmonary hypertension or congenital pulmonary stenosis. Okay, these are the conditions where you can see right heart failure. But the most common cause of right heart failure, what is the most common cause of right heart failure? The most common cause of right heart failure is nothing but left heart failure. Left heart failure is the most common cause of right heart failure. So why is mitral stenosis causes right heart failure? It's simple. So if this is the heart, now there is stenosed mitral valve. Okay, the valve in the mitral valve in the left side, it is stenosed. So the left atrium will find it very difficult to open this stenosed mitral valve. So left atrium will contract hard to open the mitral valve, and it will open it so that the blood from left atrium goes into the left ventricle. This is very good. But slowly as the uh, pressure, as the atrium increases and atrial pressure increases and increases, a point will be reached where the left atrium can no longer contract hard enough, and during that time there will be some accumulation of residual blood is seen in the right atrium. This will cause back pressure again. How? I will tell you. See, whenever there is whenever the atrium is contracting with a higher pressure, now the atrial muscle will undergo remodeling. So the left atrium will undergo the hypertrophy due to the pressure overload of the mitral valve. Stenosed mitral valve pressure will cause hypertrophy of left atrium. Now whenever the left atrium undergoes hypertrophy, now this left atrium is getting blood from the lungs, right? Now the lungs, the pulmonary circulation, they should give the blood to the left atrium. Now the problem is, because of this higher hypertrophied left atrium, the pulmonary circulation finds it difficult to send the blood to the left atrium, and as a result pulmonary hypertension will be developed in the patient. First there will be pulmonary artery remodeling will occur with pulmonary hypertension, and slowly now the because of this there is increased pulmonary arterial pressure is seen. Now what happens, this right ventricle has to pump the blood into the pulmonary circulation. Now the pulmonary arterial pressure is high, so this right ventricle will undergo hypertrophied, and slowly it undergoes hypertrophied and it is pumping the blood to the pulmonary circulation. But a point is reached where the right ventricle can no longer become more hypertrophied. So during that, at that point, the right heart is unable to pump the blood into the high pressure circulation of the pulmonary circulation. So that is when you see right heart failure in pulmonary stenosis. Second, in mitral stenosis. Second, in pulmonary hypertension. Pulmonary hypertension has the similar case. Whatever the reason for the hypertension is, there is increased pulmonary arterial pressure. Because of this increased pulmonary arterial pressure, now the right ventricle has to pump hard in order to send the blood into the lungs. So obviously there is increased pulmonary, there is hypertrophy of the right ventricle will occur slowly, and slowly this hypertension increases a lot, and the right ventricle will give up at one point, and that is when we get right heart failure. Third, congenital pulmonary stenosis. Same position where there is, here the problem is not in the lungs, but the problem here is in the pulmonary valve. Now, because the pulmonary valve here is stenosed, so because of this stenosed pulmonary valve, uh, now the stenosed pulmonary valve, now the right ventricle has to work hard to open the valve first of all. So the right ventricle will work hard and it becomes hypertrophied and it will open the valve. Slowly a point is reached where the right ventricle can no longer open the valve, and thus at that point the right ventricle will be in failure, which is right heart failure. So these are the different causes. Then how can the left heart failure because right heart failure? In a similar way, now the left heart is failed. So if the left heart is failed, now left heart cannot pump the blood into the aorta, and as a result there is more blood accumulated in the left ventricle. Now what happens, because of this high blood in the left ventricle, the left atrium has to work hard to pump the blood into the left ventricle. Slowly, even the left atrium undergoes hypertrophy and the pressure in the left atrium increases. Now, the pulmonary artery will again have to work hard to send the blood into the left atrium, and as a result pulmonary arterial pressure also increases. Now here, because of this increase in here again the pulmonary arterial pressure increases. Now because of this increased pulmonary arterial pressure, now the right heart has to pump the blood very hard to reach the pulmonary artery, to overcome the pulmonary arterial pressure. This will result in right ventricle will become hypertrophy. Slowly, as the right ventricle becomes hypertrophied, a point is reached where the right ventricle can no longer become hypertrophied, and that is when we see the right heart failure. So causes of left heart failure. The second type of heart failure is the left heart failure. So this left heart failure is seen in conditions like aortic stenosis, myocardial infarction, hypertension, mitral regurgitation, aortic regurgitation. So all these will result in left heart failure. Now how can all these result in left heart failure? Now there is aortic stenosis. Now there is stenosed aortic valve. Now because of this stenosed aortic valve, the left ventricle finds it difficult to pump the blood to the stenosed aortic valve, so the left ventricle undergoes hypertrophy. Slowly it becomes hypertrophied and it is pumping the blood into the aorta by stenosed aortic valve by opening it. But a point is reached where the left ventricle can no longer become hypertrophied, it can no longer pump the blood into the aorta, thus resulting in left heart failure. Hypertension, it is almost similar. In hypertension there is increased pressure in the aorta mainly, and as a result now the left ventricle, now the aortic valve is completely normal, but the problem is in the um, aorta. So in order to pump the blood into the aorta, the left ventricle has to work hard to pump the blood into the aorta, thus it undergoes hypertrophy. Similarly, in aortic regurgitation also there is left ventricular hypertrophy. In mitral regurgitation also there is left ventricular hypertrophy, thus resulting in left sided heart failure.
Thank you and thank you for watching.